51-year-old woman riding her motorcycle killed in a tragic accident being remembered today by her family.
Most UK students say they feel safe on campus, but a new study shows that many of them say they're reluctant to report crimes to police, why some crimes are going unreported.
And high-speed internet is coming to eastern Kentucky. How state leaders say the new broadband network will help the region coming up.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. WKYT News starts now with breaking news.
We will get to those stories in just a moment. Tonight we are learning more, though, about a deadly crash at a fast food restaurant in southern Kentucky.
It happened just about an hour ago at the McDonald's on Master Street. A reporter at the Corbin News Journal tells us a woman was hit and killed by a pickup in the drive-through lane of the McDonald's. We're told the woman was standing in or near that drive-through. We have a news crew on the way to the scene, and we'll bring you more details coming up here on WKYT News at 6 o'clock.
Now to our top story. Her family calls it a freak accident. 51-year-old Terry Carmack was killed on Saturday when police say a large bird hit her while she was riding her motorcycle.
The crash happened on Highway 1295 in Garrett County. Phil Pendleton talked to Carmack's family in Madison County today about the loving mother and grandmother. It's our top story at 5:30.
It's hard finding a picture of Terry Carmack when she isn't with someone else. Her family says spending time with her loved ones was her life.
She wasn't just my grandmother, she was my best friend.
Lexi Abbott is the oldest of 5 grandchildren and says the simple things the two did together will be missed the most.
Go to Dairy Queen and get a barbecue sandwich, and then we would go and get a fry from McDonald's, and we would go up to Lake Reba and we would sit and feed the ducks.
But Saturday, all those memories came to a screeching halt when Terry Carmack crashed her motorcycle on Kentucky 1295.
Was on the road, I guess. It was a buzzard, came up beside of her, and it startled her. And as far as we knew, she threw her hands up and she lost control.
Amber Wells tells me that she wants to thank the person who saw the accident, who stayed at her mother's side until help arrived. Carmack was found down a 60-foot embankment.
It's terrible. It's been devastating to me.
Yet thankful now they have so many memories they can literally hold on to.
My mother was a beautiful soul, and I'm glad I have so many pictures of her now.
Fox Funeral Home in Stanford will have a memorial service for Carmack at 7 o'clock Wednesday. In Madison County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Carmack was also a retired school bus driver in Madison County. She leaves behind a husband who she was just married to last year.
The University of Kentucky wants to know, do students feel safe on campus? According to a study, most students do feel safe, but that same study also found that more than 1,000 students say they've been sexually assaulted in the last year, and very few of those students reported the assaults to police. New at 5:30, Rebecca Smith tells us why many students don't come forward.
More than 24,000 University of Kentucky students participated in this survey. While the majority of students feel safe on campus, a good majority of them feel that sexual violence is a problem on campus. The University of Kentucky revealed results of a study that looked into how safe students feel on campus. Preliminary findings show that while most students feel safe on campus, they also think sexual violence is a problem. More than 4% of students have been victims of sexual assault. Most of the perpetrators are reported as UK students. It's a problem that goes underreported because, according to the study's author, most victims want to forget it happened.
It becomes something of a, I said, you said kind of situation where alcohol and drugs are involved. Things feel very murky to people as to what happened. People are ashamed. People fear retaliation.
Now, for students who had a concern over privacy participating in this survey, the author says they were given the option of opting out of select questions, but she says only about 2% of students actually chose to go that route with this. Now, today's preliminary search findings are a result of 1 year of study. This is part of an entire 5-year study that's going to be looking at the perception students have of safety on campus. In Lexington, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
While 98% of students reported feeling safe on campus at UK during the day, only 77% said they feel safe at night.
Lexington police are looking for a woman they say lost control of a car and crashed into a pharmacy. Police say the woman's car hit a light pole and a pedestrian before crashing into the Rite Aid on West Loudon about 3 this morning. We're told the woman ran away from the crash. Her passenger told police the car belongs to him. He also said he didn't know the woman who was driving because they had just met at a party yesterday. Nearby business owners say the area is well known for car crashes.
And there's been numerous wrecks, of course, down here at Loudon and Broadway. It's kind of renowned for the wrecks, and actually a lot of pedestrians get hit down there too.
Police tell us the pedestrian was taken to UK hospital with minor injuries. The driver of the car, we're told, is a black woman in her 30s, was wearing a multicolored shirt. A gas leak stopping work for construction crews on UK's campus this afternoon. We're told the crews working between East Maxwell and the Avenue of Champions hit a gas line about 2 o'clock. The road where they're working is closed right now because of construction, so no traffic was affected. Crews were on the scene repairing the leak.
Police are hoping surveillance video will help them track down 3 people accused of breaking into a bank. Our county-by-county coverage at 5:30 begins in Bell County. Police say First State Financial Bank on Highway 119 in Pineville was broken into overnight. We're told the 3 suspects came in through a side door and got away with more than $3,000.
To break in, they've destroyed the lock on the main entry door to the lobby. For there, it appears that they've kicked the door open. Other than that, there was no other forced entry they had to make.
Police say the suspects did not get into the bank's safe. In Pulaski County, deputies say they have confiscated nearly a dozen gambling machines as part of their illegal gambling investigation. Deputies tell us they saw people at Wesley Billiards on Shellmark Drive load several machines into a trailer, and then 2 people left the business with those machines. Deputies pulled that driver over, and they say they found 10 gambling machines and $3,000 in cash. The sheriff says they expect several arrests when their investigation is complete. And in Montgomery County, investigators are trying to find the person responsible for vandalizing a brand new park. The Mount Sterling Montgomery County Parks and Recreation Director says someone spray painted the slides at Botts Park over the weekend. The director says the playground was just finished on Friday and they haven't even finished putting mulch down yet.
Summer is not going to let fall move in easily, it seems. The muggy weather is making a comeback this week. You can feel it out there. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has an early look at the forecast.
Sam, you're going to feel it even more so as we go into the first several days of September. That little fall fling that we've been enjoying over the past few weeks now going by the wayside, being replaced by a little more typical brand of air for the end of August and certainly into early September. You got to remember, it is still summertime. 85 right now, Capital City. Most areas low in mid-80s across central and eastern Kentucky. Defender is tracking some pop-up showers and storms. I'm saying the word pop-up. Sounds a lot like summer to me. Got a little bit of action trying to go up here across northern parts of Laurel County, right along 25 to the north of downtown London. A little shower and thunderstorm action trying to go up into southeastern Kentucky and Letcher County. Bulk of the action today has been across parts of northeastern Kentucky from Carter County over toward the Ashland area, seeing some isolated stuff there. Most of central and eastern Kentucky, though, enjoying a dry evening, though you'll notice a little cloud cover beginning to increase right now across sections of the Lexington metro. So as we roll ahead into September, summer's going to continue to hang on tight. We've got a small chance for a thunderstorm or two. Then as we inch closer, guys, to that big holiday weekend and especially beyond, some changes show up with a cold front. We'll track it all when I come back here in just a matter of minutes.
Thank you, Chris. New tonight, a special meeting has been called to discuss a Central Kentucky schools dress code. Woodford County High School's ad hoc dress code committee will meet tomorrow to review the school's dress code. We took a look at the agenda, which says the committee will look at the current dress code and review an alternate dress code. The meeting will be at 6 o'clock tomorrow night in the library at Woodford County High School. It's the last day on the job for Kentucky's Education Commissioner. Terry Holliday is retiring today, but his replacement hasn't been picked out yet. Over the weekend, the State Education Board said it had narrowed the search down from 5 candidates to just 2, but the board did not release the names of the finalists. According to a Louisville TV station, the board will spend between $10,000 and $12,000 on extensive background searches. When those results come in, a special meeting will be held. Kevin Board will serve as interim commissioner until the board hires a permanent one.
Reliable, high-speed internet is coming to eastern Kentucky. Today, many state leaders were in Perry County to announce a broadband expansion project. Hundreds of people packed into the First Federal Center to celebrate the launch of the Kentucky Wired I-Way broadband network. Governor Beshear and Congressman Hal Rogers spearheaded the project as part of the Shaping Our Appalachian Region initiative. They say it has the potential to create jobs, improve access to health care, and enhance education for students.
You're going to see a region that will be transformed from a place where people are crying for jobs to a place where employers won't be able to find enough people to fill those jobs.
It'll be costly, it'll be challenging, but our children deserve access to the best educational opportunities. Our seniors deserve access to better health care.
The broadband network will cover about 3,400 miles across the state, and it will cost about $324 million.
As we wrap up the month of August today, you might be wondering how this month compared to years past with the weather. Our good question, were any records set this month with the weather being much cooler or somewhat cooler than normal? To many of us, myself included, it sure felt cooler out there than normal, but according to our chief meteorologist, Chris Bailey, we were not close to setting any cool temperature records in August. In fact, we were not even in the top 25 coolest Augusts. Our temperature was cooler than normal, yes, but only by 1 or 2 degrees on average. Also, it did rain less this month compared to the average, and that was a good thing considering the wet months we had prior to August. If you have a good question, go to WKYT.com.
Up with the latest news on WKYT.com. Join the conversation on Twitter and become a part of the WKYT Facebook family.
Democratic candidate for governor Jack Conway's campaign says he has some Republican supporters.
And a new poll in the Republican race for president is showing a tie. Bill Bryant tells us who's tied with Donald Trump in the bottom line.
Good evening. Democratic candidate for governor Jack Conway's camp announced today some Republican supporters as the Attorney General continues to make the case that his effort is bipartisan. The Conway campaign called today's list of GOP supporters a broad coalition. It includes a couple of office holders. Barry Cheney is a city commissioner in Pike County, and Delmer Mahan is on the Whitley County School Board. Both of those are nonpartisan offices. Meanwhile, Bevin is picking up the pace on the campaign trail this week as well. Matt Bevin will once again focus on the heavily Republican areas of South Central Kentucky this week, where Agriculture Commissioner James Comer ran strong in the May primary. Some movement in the Republican race for the White House today. Retired neurosurgeon Ben Carson is now tied with Donald Trump in a new poll out of the early caucus state of Iowa. The Monmouth University poll has Trump and Carson with a draw at 23% support each. Carly Fiorina is next in the poll at 10%, and the survey shows Jeb Bush with 5% running in 6th place. Kentucky Senator Rand Paul showed up with 3% support to come in 9th. Governor Steve Beshear today declared September Bourbon Heritage Month in the Bluegrass. He praised the thriving signature industry for its growth during his almost 8 years in office. The number of distilleries has tripled since 2007, and the number of aging barrels now exceeds the state's population. But the governor is urging lawmakers to make the state still more bourbon friendly. Education Commissioner Terry Holliday retired this afternoon. The state school board says it is down to 2 possible replacements. Bill Bryant, WKYT.
Well, not every news conference is held against a backdrop of loud construction, but today in Richmond, it was the perfect setting.
It makes sense, too. The final beam for Phase 2 of Eastern Kentucky University's new science building was put into place this morning as part of a topping out ceremony. Phase 1 of the building, which is home to the Department of Chemistry, Physics, and Astronomy, opened in 2012. Phase 2 of the building is expected to open in late 2017. Both phases of the facility will make the Science Center the largest facility of its type in the state of Kentucky.